Crazy Mike, what's happening, buddy?
How's it going?
Good to have you on here.
Thanks. Good to be
I
here.
like we like your Christmas tree there.
Yeah, the Charlie tree.
Yeah, we got
We're leaving it up till New Year's Day probably, and then take it
yeah,
down.
why not?
I like to save them and throw them in a bonfire. They make a nice crackling sound in the summer.
Yeah. Well, we got some people joining us tonight, and we tried to advertise this a little bit to give some people a chance to figure out who the heck this crazy Mike guy is, and what his beef jerky is all about.
All right.
And so I thought we would talk a little bit about that, and then obviously give an update on the wine stuff. I can tell you that one of my gifts from Santa was Crazy Mike's beef jerky. So, Mike, we've known each other for a number of years now. Without going into too much of the dirt you have on me, what can you talk a little bit about your story?
Yeah, it's kind of a long story. It goes way back to 1994. It's kind of funny. I've always loved beef jerky, and I was in the Navy station in Hawaii, and I come to work one day, and my coworker goes, he brings me a food dehydrator, and he goes, "Hey, you owe me $50." And I'm like, "What? I didn't." He goes, "Well, it was on like a home shopping network or something last night. Buy one, get one free." And I figured you'd want one. So I said, all right. So I started doing first thing I made, started making some jerky. I did some fried, dried fruit and all that stuff. But I basically played around with some recipes, and I'd bring it to work and people would love it. And then I finally found one that people raved about. And so that's actually the original recipe on the, I got it here, on the original Hickory is from 1994. That hasn't changed at all. So, and then I just kind of made it throughout the years, I'd bring it to parties. People would eat it. Guys would go hiking or fishing or on a tailgate party, and they'd want me to make them some. So, over the years, I just periodically would make it. And then people kept asking more and more for it. So I kind of got the idea, maybe I can make a business out of this. And then a buddy of mine, well, actually, we were playing Texas Hold'em, and we normally would order a pizza. And I had just made 2 or 3 pounds of jerky, and it was sitting in the kitchen. And somebody said, "Hey, I'm kind of hungry." And I go, we normally order. I said, "I got some jerky in the kitchen." The table immediately emptied. Everybody put their cards down, went in the kitchen. In 5 minutes, it was gone.
Yeah.
So I kind of started there, and then, I was still working, obviously still in the Navy. Just started kind of researching the regulations. How can I legally make it to where it's on the up and up, because I figured you can't make it out of the kitchen and sell it legally. It's got to be in a facility. So kind of spent a few years dragging my feet, and then it was when I met you at the I can never say that, entrepreneurial boot camp for veterans through Syracuse.
Yeah.
And that's what, and when I gave my that's when I gave my spiel about, that's what gave me the kick in the butt to kind of get going. So I created the LLC shortly after that, started getting real serious about that. So I think if I hadn't attended that, I'd probably still just be making it as a hobby and trucking along. So, and it's been, as you can probably attest to, starting a business, get it going, figuring out the shipping and all the logistics that nobody thinks about. How am I going to handle orders? I started out, people were just calling me or texting me, and I'd be like, I got to create a website just so they can order online. And that's how my web starts. Really, it's a really basic one. That's how it started. So one of my goals this year is to get that, hire a professional advertising and marketing company to advise that.
There's always something to do, isn't there, Mike? There's always something.
Always something.
Starting a business is easy, right?
And then so I started with the one flavor, and then I added some black pepper, and then that was easy. And then the ghost pepper, that was easy because I just add the different peppers. And then the teriyaki was a little tricky.
Yeah.
To play with that a while. And then everybody at work loves it because when I make my samples in the kitchen, my R&D lab, I call it, I bring it to work and hand it out to everybody, and I have them vote on it. That's it. So they love that.
So let's get it right out there. Where can people find your jerky, Mike?
Online, www.crazymikesjerky.com. I have an end of year sale going on right now, so I don't have to count it all on January 1st for inventory. So if you use EOY 2020, you get a 20% discount. It gets free shipping.
EOY 2020
E0
plus
EOY
free shipping.
for India or 2020, and it's on when you go to the website. There's a banner across the top that gives the code also, so you don't have to memorize it. And then I'm in a bunch of local stores here, kind of in the local area. I'm trying to expand throughout the state. And out west, one of the wineries had Bellhurst Winery was stocking it last year for a while for their tasting room.
Yeah.
But they haven't, so I don't know. That must not have panned out. I didn't really think it was. They actually ordered probably 3 or 4 times, 5 times in the 2 seasons that they were open. So, and I got some breweries out here locally. But yeah, I'm trying to get in with a distributor and then expand into more local stores. And that's kind of another goal for this year again, because I'm still working full time. Is like you're trying to do full time stuff in this and get it going. You got the weekends and nights, and you got to try to have a personal life.
Yeah. So if you haven't figured it out yet, Mike's a veteran and spent most of his adult life in the Navy, and I was fortunate enough to meet Mike at Syracuse University, and we both attended a entrepreneurial boot camp, and awesome experience. It's something that helps people like Mike and I who have business ventures, and it kind of gives you the momentum or the propulsion, if you will, to head in the right direction. So when you think about Bravery Wines and celebrating the hero in you, obviously Mike, the reason I want to have Mike on, first of all, I've been able to taste Mike's jerky for the past at least almost 5 years. And we're consistently, we love it. And bottom line is we wanted to tell everybody about it, because in small business, it's, you're only as good as your reputation. And I can tell you that, Mike's in the Albany area, right, Mike?
Yep.
And so he's out in Albany, but just a stellar guy, represents our brand, served this country for over 20 plus years. And we wanted to take a moment to introduce all of the Bravery Wine followers. And Mike's been a huge supporter of ours. Jen, do you have any questions? Just kind of talking too much tonight.
Well, no, I mean, I ordered a subscription back in the day for Corey when subscriptions were just starting, and so, and I'll have Mike, Logan, who also got a subscription this time around. He's living out in Pittsburgh, going to law school, and he was going to see his girlfriend today. Today's her birthday. Happy birthday, Morgan. I don't think they're on, but he drove to his apartment first so he could go pick up his jerky because it went there. So he was pretty stoked about going there, because he was like, I'm just going to swing by on my way to Morgan's and grab it. Meanwhile, it's about a half hour out of the way, but he wanted to have jerky. So that speaks volumes, because Logan's a huge jerky lover, definitely. And so great gift to give, or great just to keep for yourself.
Right.
We really enjoy.
Yeah, I had a Navy buddy of mine back from my first submarine. We still keep in touch, and he started out with 2 bags a month. Then he went to 3, and he goes, "This is gone in like 2 days." He's up to 5 bags a month now.
Yeah, I mean, it's addicting, that's for sure. And we tried the buffalo wing flavor. I hadn't tried that previously.
Yeah, that's the new one. It's a little drier, but the flavors just kind of come out like a buffalo chicken wing. So popular.
So
I'm working on a habanero garlic.
Oh.
And it's got a nice, if you like garlic, it's filled with garlic, and it's got a little kick to it with a habanero. And then Then in everything, which is pretty simple, it's just the bagel everything spice you add in.
Oh.
People are like, when are you going to come out with that commercial? I'm like, one flavor at a time, because I've done a lemon pepper that I really like because I love lemon and I love pepper. And then I did a Jamaican jerk. I did a couple different garlic versions. I did an Italian herb seasoning one that came out good. So they're all kind of, I got the recipes. I got a little book, and like Corey, you probably do when you're trying to figure out recipes, keep a history so you don't try to remember what you did that worked and what you did that didn't. So,
so Mike, you have 4-packs available, right?
5 now, yeah.
Or 5-packs, okay.
Yeah,
so
black, ghost, teriyaki, and then the new one's the buffalo wing.
Okay,
so I'll make a goal. I haven't done my goals for next year. I'm a little behind. Usually every year I write out what I do the year in review and what I didn't get done that I wanted to, and then I kind of make out. And I'm always way too aggressive because my list is 5 pages long, and I know that I'm only going to get a little bit. I try to prioritize it. So I think for this year, get in with a distributor, get into some more local small stores, and add some flavors. And it's funny. My nephew lives in Syracuse, and he's in high school. He's a big hockey player, and he loves it. I send him, all the time, and they come out and visit. So he sends me a text today, and he goes, "Hey, do you remember sending some jerky to this barber shop in Baldwinsville?" And I go, I looked at my history. I go, "Yeah, it rings a bell." I go, "Yeah," and I gave the name. He goes, "Yeah, that's the old." He was working at a barber shop as like cleaning up, not cutting hair or anything. He goes, "Yeah, the 2 guys there they left that place and they started their own barber shop, and it's like 2 minutes from my house, and that's where I'm now working." He goes, "Do you want me to ask them?" He said they loved your jerky. He goes, "Do you want me to ask them if they want to sell it at the barber shop?" I go, "Sure." And so he goes, "I just called them. They said they'd love to." So I said, "Hey, I'll send them some more samples, a pricing sheet." So, a little bit of networking there. I told I'd give you a little commission there, give you the store.
So why don't we do this, Mike? Let's, on behalf of Bravery Wines, let's give away some jerky. How about that? Do you have a 5-pack? What do you have?
Well, I'm out of ghost pepper.
Okay.
Sizes between the 2 sizes, I have 4 flavors. So
okay. So why don't we give away?
Three flavors. I just ran out of teriyaki. I'm getting more made. I'm getting more made. The plant shut down through the holidays, so middle of January I'll have more flavors. But I can add if you want to do a 5-pack. I'll just add a couple of the same flavors. That's fine.
I'm getting a comment here. Somebody's saying I tried to order and it says they cannot ship in New York.
No, I ship in New York time. So
are you talking? Is that wine or is that?
That's probably wine. Maria, we'll post a comment there for you. I'll address that in a second. Let's give away 3 3-packs, Mike.
All right, that sounds good.
And so here's how it's going to go. If you will email me at Corey@bravery.wine, okay, I'm posting it in Facebook, Corey@bravery.wine. In the first 3 emails we get with the title Crazy Mike in the subject block, first 3, I need your name and address, and we'll take care of the rest. So Crazy Mike in the subject line, name and address, and we will send you a 3-pack. First 3. If we get more than 3, then we'll keep your name for next time. Okay. Maria, here's the deal. If you will call this number, 315-536-2182, and you speak to Liz or Natalie, they will take your order and ship to your house. And I just put that number. That's just for New York people. We just have that. That's how we have to do it for a licensure standpoint. So again, 315-536-2182. That's actually Anthony Road Wine Company. And so if you'll call them between 11 and 5, they will gladly take your order and they will ship it right to your home.
And I can attest they are great at customer service, very friendly, and they ship right away. When I ordered mine, I got it the next day. I ordered early in the morning, so they were able to get it out. So kudos to them. I think it was Liz I talked to.
Yeah.
But yeah, great job. They did a great job.
So I can tell you that, Mike, you've had the chance to taste a bunch of the wines, or the wines. You have a favorite?
They're all pretty good. Probably the red.
Cab Franc.
I think the blend was probably my favorite.
Okay.
White blend?
The white blend, and then the cab you had in there too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the cab, because I like the reds, but for the whites, I think the blend was the best, and then the cab.
Sure. Well, fantastic. Well, Jen, she's
Sorry, I don't know what Lainey's doing. I seem to have lost track of her. So I'm sure white blend is also my favorite too.
Yeah.
And that's currently what I'm drinking. I mean, I love them all. Don't get me wrong. I drank Cab Franc last night. I don't discriminate, but white blend is definitely my go-to.
Yeah, we let's give an update real quick on the wines. First of all, to say we're appreciative is an understatement. The wine sales have been fantastic. I can tell you from a Cab Franc standpoint, we started off with 40 cases, and which isn't a lot from the wine world, and we're down into the 15 case range. Now, I haven't been to the winery in a week or so we're in that point to where if Cab Franc is something that you are excited about, we're getting to that point to where it's going to be harder and harder to find. Not to fear, though, because we have a rosé that's coming behind that, late spring, rosé Pinot Noir. Super stoked to be sharing that with you. It's a wine that I've waited to make for a long time. The grapes were perfect this year, and it's already made technically, but obviously it's not in the bottle. So we are very excited to share that one with you. And also, we will be introducing a Sauvignon Blanc, which will be releasing probably early summer. But still have plenty of white blend, still have plenty of Riesling, and the Vignola and white blend are readily available. What am I missing, Jen?
Just as a reminder to people, we are going to put together something pretty special for Valentine's Day. So please look on the lookout for that. Our website is almost up and running. I don't want to speak for Corey. It's taken a little bit of time to get things up and running, but we'll also be sharing. We have some merchandise out there. There's some pretty exciting things that we're going to put out there, and we'll also put out any of our partners like Crazy Mike Beef Jerky. We'll put links out to there once we get it up and running, so people can know that this is really a community. It's a very special community of veteran-owned businesses, and means a lot to us for Mike to be here. And we've again love his jerky. Can't wait to get the next shipment because we're almost out of our current shipment, and we're excited to try some of the flavors we haven't tried yet. So we're just really glad to have you on. And we'll continue to keep updates and get your information out there, and we'll also keep everybody apprised of what we have coming up for again February 14th, Valentine's Day. We're going to have a pretty special item that we're going to put together. So we're going to do it with Vignola, but I know a lot of people the Vignola's their favorite as well. So be looking forward to that.
Yeah. And real quick, one of the things we want to mention is we, in the next week or so, maybe two, we'll be writing our first check to the Yellow Ribbon Fund. It's sometimes that gets lost in all the excitement, but every purchase of wine results in a donation to the Yellow Ribbon Fund. And I can tell you that our first check is going to be have 4 digits on it, and we're just trying to figure out now. We got to wait for the final sales data to come through for December. But thanks to you all who've given us a chance, we're going to be able to write a nice check to the Yellow Ribbon Fund. And if you haven't checked them out yet, please do. Bottom line is they're helping injured service members and their caregivers when they need it the most. So that's what it's all about. And just to give you a little bit of an add-on to what Jen was talking about, for those of you that have tried the Vignole, could you imagine having Vignole, but then also having a chocolate bar that paired with that Vignole? I just want to know if you can imagine it, because it's possible. It's a strong likelihood that you'll have the ability to have a custom-made chocolate bar that pairs exquisitely with the Vignole. So more to come on that. We'll kind of wrap this up, but again, if you want the jerky, right, it's our treat for Crazy Mike. Crazy Mike in the subject line. Just need your name and your address, and we'll get that order tonight. We'll get it out to you ASAP. If we get more than 3, we'll put your name in the hat for next time. We try to share and give stuff away each time that we have one of these. So, Mike, you want the last word, buddy?
No, I just appreciate you having me on here. One thing I'm going to be doing, we have a local veterans nonprofit here that I'm going to be working with next year. Same thing, donating a portion of the sales, called Hickstrong, the Hickstrong Fund. Great couple. Their son was in the Navy and unfortunately committed suicide, like a lot of servicemen and veterans do. So it's a great nonprofit organization to provide suicide awareness. So that's one thing that I'm going to be hitching my wagon to as well, to support them.
Sure. Just had a question about email. It's Corey, Corey at bravery.wine, Corey at bravery.wine. And that's what you would send. Again, Crazy Mike in the subject line, and then your name and your home address. And like I said, we'll get that taken care of. So, Mike, thanks for joining us tonight.
All right. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you, brother, and all you do. And cheers to all of our supporters.
Cheers.
And Happy New Year. Let's
get Happy New Year, and
move on.
Thanks very much. Bye.
All right. Thanks. Bye.